Coming up, it's July. That means it's time for the first Not Scary Farm update of 2021. Hello everybody and welcome back to Entertainment Everything, where I talk to you about everything entertainment. Today we are going to be talking about Not Scary Farm. That's right. For the first time, it's been a minute since I've done one of these. So for some of you, what I'm about to say might be new, some might not, but either way I'm going to give some speculation, some of my thoughts and whatnot. So, Not Scary Farm is returning this summer. I am very excited. They teased an announcement for July 15th. I will expect that the tickets are going to go on sale that day. I think for sure we can assume that passes and tickets are going to go on sale that day, and we'll know the dates of this year's haunt. Even though it can already be predicted, we'll probably know the dates, and tickets will go on sale on the 15th. So expect that. Maybe they'll announce an announcement event. I really hope they do an announcement event. So I just recently went to the park for 4th of July. No masks, it was just like normal, and it was a lot of fun. The crowds there weren't as high as I thought they would be. So I know we still have to reserve, so I assume there's a capacity limit right now. I'm not too sure. I'm actually really not caught up on that. All the information of COVID and what the capacity limits are just kind of tired me out, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a reservation. I don't really need to know how many people are gonna be in the park. If they did the same reservation system for Scary Farm, you probably have to reserve like on the first day, and it would get filled up a lot because Scary Farm has really high demand, so that'll be interesting. So I'm not too sure how that's gonna work. So as of now, if you go to the Scary Farm website, season passes say that they're sold out. And I think we've gotten, not confirmation, but I've heard from multiple sources, don't ask, that the Scary Farm add-on is sold out. It could also be that they just don't want to sell anymore right now, but that's a different speculation that I don't want to go into right now. But what it seems to me is, presumably on July 15th, they're going to release the regular season pass, the Scary Farm season passes to everyone else. You can't add it on to your current season pass. It's been available for like 2 years now almost. So probably come July 15th, you'll be able to get a Scary Farm season pass. I doubt they're going to get rid of them. Again, the reservation system, I really don't know how it's going to work. That's a total throw-up. Toss-up. I don't know. So I'm not sure about the whole capacity thing, so if anyone does have any information on that, it's been kind of hard to find it actually, let me know in the comments below, I'd really appreciate it. Either way, Scary Farm is happening this year, and thank God, I have really missed it. So as I went there on July 4th, I took some pictures and videos, and so I'll be putting those here as I'm talking about them, about construction and whatnot, and the things I didn't get photos and videos of, I'll credit the people who did take those photos and videos. So we'll see where July 15th takes us. I'll give some general speculation now. If I want to make a bigger video on it later, that'll happen. I really hope that they do an announcement event this year, not just online. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't do it. Again, COVID isn't really a concern right now, so. So for scare zones, I think it's safe to assume right now. I mean, like at any time they could just, really change up Carnival or take out the Hollow or anything like that. And unless I saw something specific, then I'm probably not going to say it on here. So yeah, let's just assume that all those are coming back. I would like to say, I think that Camp Snoopy needs something else in there. The problem with Camp Snoopy during Scary Farm is that it seems like there's no reason to walk through it. There used to be like mazes in the middle of Camp Snoopy, but now Pumpkin Eater is literally at the front of the park. And so you have like no reason to walk through for most guests, unless you want to experience the Hollow, which I find that that's the scare zone I spend the least time in, again, because it's just normally like a walk through. Again, no rides in Camp Snoopy are open, so I don't know, like we gotta have something there, you know what I mean? And they do what they can to incorporate certain things. Having 9 mazes is much better quality than when they had 13. I know technology's improved, but still, because they used to have some mazes inside Camp Snoopy, so there'll be more people around there. I know they do a lot with the atmosphere moments, to keep you around in certain places, but it's just not really enough for Camp Snoopy. As for shows, I want the hanging. This is the best year that we could have had the hanging, guys. There's so much to make fun of in the last 2 years. But it's gone? Question mark? I know it gets old, but still, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully, because, like, what are they gonna do? Put a dance show there? I mean, they're gonna come up with something brilliant, or they just won't put anything. We're pretty sure Puppet Up is coming back. There's no reason they wouldn't. You know, it's a good gig for them, and we love it here, so I don't see Puppet Up not coming back. And they'll probably do the same thing in the Birdcage, and then the crappy Fiesta Village dance party. Again, not really a reason to go through Fiesta Village either, because there's no mazes there. I mean, there's more reason because they have rides there, but still, it's kind of a bit more of a throwaway. So I really don't know what might be coming to the Mine Stage. I mean, like, hopefully something, not just like a dance act or something like that, you know? I know they really want to keep the theming consistent, especially in Ghost Town, so something with that. I mean, I think there were ways to improve, because for those of you who don't know, it was very harshly implied that the hanging is done for. Maybe this version of the hanging, I think there's other ways that they could have kept the hanging going while keeping it fresh, but, you know, if it was his time to go, they probably had something planned. I can't imagine that they just, because the hanging's an upbeat, fun show for the park, and it really fits it well. I don't know what they're going to replace it with, but taking it out, they had to have a plan, you know what I mean? They weren't just going to take it out and, oh, we'll figure it out later. They had something in mind. So, 9 mazes. 2 of them went away last year, so we should be getting 2 new mazes this year, Shadowlands and Special Ops Infected. Shadowlands was Accelerator, the Accelerator maze, and then behind Mystery Lodge was Special Ops, so we'd be getting 2 new mazes in those locations this year. And I think this is going to be the last year of Paranormal Inc. and Pumpkin Eater. The 2 Ps, they gone after this year. So this is going to be the last year of those 2 mazes, Paranormal Inc. and Pumpkin Eater. Calling it right now. It's a pretty easy call, but I like to pat myself on the back. I was thinking, I might have said that in a video before. So there's clearly work going on. The lighthouse, the entranceway for the depths is open, and the animatronic is out there. I assume it's part of that little front set piece. I don't know what it's called, but it's out there. They are clearly doing work in all those mazes back there. Again, the big 4. And Waxworks, there's not many pictures of this for this year because it's on Ghost Rider, but I went on Ghost Rider very recently on the 4th, and the facade was out. There was no signage on it, but the facade was out, and the final hallway on the side of the building was there. So for Origins, so windows are blacked out at Wilderness Dance Hall. I got pictures of the finale scene. There's wood laying out there, and you could clearly see some of the walls from the finale scene, so gonna be looking forward to that returning for its 2nd year in the fog. Then at Dark Ride, I didn't get a picture of it, but I was able, I feel like Dark Ride is typically the they work on all the mazes at the same time, pretty much, but, they're obviously working on certain ones more than others at certain points in time. I think Dark Ride is normally, like, the last one to get started building, normally, because in the Boardwalk Ballroom, it's very closed off to the public, and they do, use it for private events and whatnot, so it's normally one of the last ones to get put up, especially when it's a returning maze, whatever is in the Boardwalk Ballroom. I didn't get a picture of this, but I was able to see through the exit of the maze. It definitely still looks like the ballroom, but they have laid out all the floors. All the floors are painted black, they're on the floor, and there's no walls up as far as I can see, but the floor is there, and can't wait to see Dark Ride again for its 17, 18, 19, 21, 4th year in the fog. And Pumpkin Eater is coming back again. Again, for these returning mazes, I don't think we need to wait for them to announce them to assume that they're coming back. It's very obvious. A lot of it has remained up. They haven't built out to the front of the park yet, but the pumpkin is up, and everything's up. You can clearly see the house, the top of a house part. Some quick little speculation for the returning mazes. Anything could happen. I hope maybe rework the finale a bit. I know a few years ago they put in a new lighting package that did make it a little better, but generally there haven't been many changes to Pumpkin Eater, so I'd like to see something fairly big there. Again, not a huge space. Now, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong or not. I never actually was able to go through Slaughterhouse, but it seemed like it had a bigger footprint than Pumpkin Eater. Let me know how that was different, because I'm sure it had a bigger footprint, because Pumpkin Eater is a fairly short maze. At least it feels fairly short. Now for the new mazes. Alright, so let's talk about the Accelerator maze first. So this maze started construction in like March of 2020, I think, or maybe February of 2020. I know Waxworks was like the earliest they built one. They started building it in like March of 2019. By the way, one more thing before I forget this, the building permits, Buena Park building permits is somewhere where you can, in past years, the most previous few years, the names of the mazes have been leaked. Yeah, they just flat out put the names. Waxworks and Origins was on the Buena Park building permits. You could see them probably a few weeks before the announcement event happened. As of now, I haven't checked today, but I checked it sometime in the last week. And as of recording, the Buena Park building permits, when you check them, because Knott has to file to build certain things, which doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know much about this, but like if you start building in like March, why are you gonna file for something in like August? I don't know. Maybe it needs to be completed by the end of the project. I don't know. But as of checking it now, that website where you can view the building permits has not been updated since January of this year, or early on this year. So hopefully it gets updated again, but... So with the Accelerator maze, again, there's been construction throughout COVID. It really slowed down at some point during COVID, and then it sped up again. And construction is in full force for this maze. Really interesting theme going on here. We have heard them many times saying that when Shadowlands is removed, they will definitely be looking at making a maze themed to Carnival in some way or another. I'm thinking if there's clowns, it's maybe some sort of a circus, and the story of some, I don't know, and the story of some owner, I don't know, maybe some weird fun house type deal. No clue. Obviously, Knott's gonna put some kind of spin on it. Let me just suggest real quick 3 themes that I have really been thinking about. So, okay, well, werewolves and vampires, particularly vampires. I want to see vampires at Knott's. They used to have, like, vampires was like a staple of the event for years. You couldn't go 1 year for years without having a vampire maze. I think the last one we had was in 2014. Yeah, that was, or 13. So I haven't had one for the entire time I've been in Knott's. So it's been a minute. So I really want a vampire maze. I don't think this is a vampire maze. Who knows? Could be. Could be one with werewolves and vampires. I say werewolves too. I would like vampires more than werewolves. If this Accelerator maze has to do with the boardwalk, it's not like clowns. It is something of like someone who lived in the boardwalk or something like that, that is tied into it, maybe even heavily tied into it. Because almost every maze is tied into its scare zone in some way or another. Maybe some sort of sideshow act, or I don't know. And some of the other themes I've been thinking about. Again, I'm not necessarily suggesting these for this year. I'm saying I'd like to see these sometime soon. Something historical. So, 10th century, 11th century, you know, with the big churches, the abbeys. That sounds pretty cool. Who knows, maybe Paranormal Inc. could be investigating one of those, but no, because no. Aztec or Egyptian theme, you know, mummies, a temple, something Greek or Roman. I know it was suggested at one point on a podcast. I believe it was the Season Pass podcast. Maybe in 2018 or 2019, they were like, you know, we could do some, like, maze that, like, doubles as a kid's maze in the daytime for Spooky Farm, and then a real maze at night for adults. And they were suggesting one, maybe like an Indiana Jones themes, like a temple type theme. Again, something I'd want to see. I like to see something Shakespeare, you know, Renaissance time. Again, this is part of history, so either something about Shakespeare himself or just a direct tale of one of his works. You know, Forevermore was a great maze. I think something maybe similar to that, like an anthology type deal. So it could literally be just the Scottish play. I shouldn't. This is technically a theater, so it's maybe the Scottish play. It's just literally that. Maybe Shakespeare had a secret pen that makes his works come to life. I'm not sure, because Shakespeare can have some pretty creepy stuff that could translate pretty well into a maze if done correctly. So those are some of the themes I'd like to see. All right, I get off topic. Let's get back to exactly what I was saying. So again, with Accelerator, I'm stalling. I was stalling a little bit because of I'm excited for this. So when it comes to the Accelerator maze, so in the back part of this maze, there's, these, wooden panel walls-ish, and some of them, like, they're obviously darkened and burnt, and some of them have holes in them. And there's something, at first I thought this was like a carnival tent, like a big top. I mean, look at the red and white stripes. Some people suggested it was like a hot air balloon. I'm really thinking it's a carnival tent. Again, it doesn't really fit into its surroundings, but it looks like a carnival tent to me, some sort of tent. And then, ooh, maybe like a seance thing? Ooh, because it goes right into, I think, that tent goes right into this really weird room with, like, the walls are definitely pretty tall there, and it has this really weird house-shaped structure. You can see it there. I'm trying to describe it, but it has this weird house-shaped structure. Maybe it's gonna move. I'm thinking this room's gonna move. Maybe something more magical. I don't know. Maybe some magician at the carnival has like a side act, and I don't know, seance, something like that. You go into this tent, and there's something in the tent. Some really cool room is gonna be in there. So whatever the hell this is, it's really raised weird. The roofs are raised. It looks like it's gonna move. I'm excited. There's a truss and everything. I am excited for whatever that's gonna be. And then on the front part of the maze, this is where you get a little thrown off, because it looks like there's, and I didn't get any footage from footage from being on the train, which maybe you could get a better shot into this hallway, is very limited. Maybe I'll try to get it sometime, but so we can't see very far into it. But you got these weird cracks in the wall. People were suggesting lava. That seems likely. Again, I was thinking maybe a funhouse type thing, because where are you gonna get that? It doesn't look like the rest of the maze, because it doesn't look like the rest of the maze is in whatever location this is. I really don't know. I'm definitely interested to see what's going to be in front of this little section here, because they haven't built anything there for a while. They've just been building past that point. Also, I do have this interesting shot. Now, it's hard to really see what's going on in video, but I'll try to translate as much as possible. So this is in the Accelerator queue. I was standing in the queue. I was looking through the bushes. All right, so this is right here, and I'm looking inside. And the first thing I notice are these eyes. So it's the same kind of wood on the backside of the maze. It looks like it's either an entrance or an exit, or maybe it's just connected to whatever is in front of it. And then there's like eyes on the side of the wall, kind of reminds me of Delirium. And then next to it, there's like kind of skin. Also, I was able to see inside the warehouse. The door was open. That was just really exciting to be there and just to discover, because I'd never seen pictures of this section before. And I could just see the outline of a little door frame, like that was clearly built for the maze. And that just, I was like, man, I'm excited. It's definitely also possible that wherever location we are in, certain things we're seeing are kind of the back rooms of wherever this is. Maybe it's the lava part. Maybe it's the the wooden walls. Also a hotel. I should mention, another theme I'd like to see is a hotel kind of theme. Those are just themes that I'm like, man, I really want those. That would be really cool. I'd also like one about technology or nature. Now, I'm very excited for whatever this maze is going to be, but we gotta talk about Mystery Lodge. I've been stalling to get to this point. So, as of now, I didn't take any pictures, but it's hard to see back there. It looks to me, and also from people who have been walking around backstage and whatnot, that there is no work being done behind Mystery Lodge at all. So, normally we'd have 9 mazes. I could just be making this all up in my head, but it seems to me that by now they should have at least begun started on work by Mystery Lodge. Hey man, the day they start work on Mystery Lodge will be the day that I am just thankful, because we're supposed to begin a new maze there this year, and whatever's gonna be there is gonna be a big one and game changing, I'm sure. I mean, I think, you know, they got something planned, because I know after 2019 they had a really good year. I feel like 2020 would have been a really great year to bring something in that really just packs it up. They always try to change up the game somehow. They're nuts. It's Knott's Halloween Haunt, the original. And I feel like whatever they were going to have there was going to be really exceptional. Plans might have changed because of COVID. I know stuff like this happens all the time, even not because of COVID. I know Waxworks was supposed to be a maze like 3 times, and they weren't able to do it until the 3rd one. So anything could happen, but there is no work going on back there. Now, I hope we don't just have 8 mazes. There is a possibility that we only have 8 mazes, and I hope it's not the case, because I really want 2 mazes. You know, we're supposed to have like 4 new mazes by now, pretty much, because we didn't have one in 2021. We didn't have any, and I love me some new mazes, and so I'm gonna be, you know, I'm a little disappointed. We'll see what happens. I hope they get started on construction soon. It's possible that they are just not going to put a maze in there at all. It's possible that they're just starting late. It's possible that they just changed plans because of COVID. But if there isn't a maze there, they're going to have to I think they're going to make up with it in some other department. So maybe with some real crazy plus-ups to scare zones or shows or whatnot, or to a returning maze or 2. I bet they're really pulling out all the stops with the Accelerator maze, and I will be happy with the event coming back, period. But I would be lying if I said that, at least as of now, I'm disappointed if they only do 1 new maze. So I just do hope they're doing a maze there. But, again, I will be happy if they just do 1 and we get our 8 mazes, and maybe they do some extra plus-ups to certain other things, and that Scary Farm is back, because that is really what does matter to me. That Scary Farm is back, and we get to have a real Halloween again. You know what I mean? Because this last year's been rough for many people, and just having Scary Farm back is a blessing. It really is. Now, I am really looking forward to this announcement on July 15th, but you know what I'm looking forward to just a little bit more? That is me being in Mamma Mia at the Palos Verdes Performing Arts Conservatory in Palos Verdes, California, July 15th through the 18th. It's a really fun show. If you saw the Drive vlog for the Drive Performing Group Showcase, you know how much fun we have with it. It is fantastic to be back doing another show. We had a year of Scary Farm, and we had multiple shows robbed of us during COVID. And so it is so great to be back without masks, doing a regular show, just like it's so great to be back at Knott's Berry Farm with Scary Farm. So on this channel, I have promos for Mamma Mia, so go check that out, and link in the description for tickets for the show. I'm going to be bringing you guys the latest updates for Scary Farm as the season continues. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you want me to talk about or do next. Everyone have a great week, and I will see you soon. I'm Will Collins, signing off.